From wildfires to the 4th of July, certain sights and sounds and experiences can bring up difficult memories for people living with trauma. This morning, we're taking a closer look at post-traumatic stress disorder, what the signs can look like and how it can be treated, and where people can find support. We've got Christy with Guidelight Health here, who joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning.
So July, I feel like, is a lot, it brings up a lot of things for people, a lot of trauma, just a lot of emotions as well. Before we kind of get into that, let's kind of talk about what PTSD is and kind of what causes it.
For sure. So post-traumatic stress disorder, we have to remember one of our brain's primary functions is to protect us from danger. And so it does that very naturally. But what can happen for folks that after the danger is passed, the brain is still sending signals that danger is present. Sometimes we call those triggers. And so our body and our brain is reacting to these signals, and our brain starts to try to build shields around us to protect us.
And PTSD, a lot of times people think veterans.
Sure.
But anybody can experience it, right?
Absolutely. So there's one of the main diagnostic criteria for PTSD is a traumatic event. And we know that statistically most people will experience some type of event at least once in their lifetime. It could be something like the loss of a loved one. It could be a bad car accident. It could be surviving an abusive relationship. But we know that most often everyone has experienced some type of traumatic event.
And trauma can be different for anybody, right? So something big, something small, whoever it is what your brain is processing.
Yes, absolutely.
What are some symptoms that people might notice that they might be struggling with PTSD?
That's a great question. So the symptoms for PTSD or trauma in general fall into one of four categories. So the first category, the cornerstone, is avoidance. And that looks like avoiding reminders of the trauma. It looks like avoiding text messages or phone calls, sometimes social situations. The next one is hypervigilance, and so that is kind of scanning for danger all the time. So as we call it, sometimes fight, flight, or freeze. But our brain and our body don't ever go out of that, and we're scanning all the time. And then the third one is intrusive thoughts. Those can look like nightmares. It can look like recurrent memories, or the worst case, it could be flashbacks, where we feel like the trauma is actually happening again in the present moment. And then the last category is changes in our beliefs, which may look like I'm not safe. Or the world's not safe for me.
How can we treat PTSD, especially with Guidelight Health?
Absolutely. So the American Counseling Association and the American Psychological Association have several evidence-based treatments that they recommend for PTSD. All of them have three things in common. So the first one is safety and stabilization. How can we tell the body it's okay? Calm down. The second one is approaching situations that are typically avoided. And then the third one is changing those negative beliefs that we talked about. So through Guidelight Health and our Restore Trauma program, we do this through group and individual therapy. We have an intensive outpatient program. It's 20 business days or clinical days, 4 weeks. And what we do, I've had people say, but Christy, I don't want to come in and talk about all my trauma. And so we don't do that there. But what we do is we process the trauma through written exposure therapy and individual sessions. But in group, we talk about our emotions and the things that we're experiencing so that people create this sense of belonging and they don't feel so alone in their symptoms. We're seeing phenomenal results. So people that come in with a high level of PTSD based on their assessment are leaving and actually not qualifying for that PTSD diagnosis anymore. They have had so much healing.
That's got to look really good too, and like kind of feel good, especially for a mental health organization.
And people are just, our clients are so amazing, and they're just seeing such incredible benefits. But we also don't require a PTSD diagnosis. So if somebody is experiencing any of those symptoms I just mentioned, they could be eligible for our Restore program. And we have seats available right now.
You've got a Guidelight Health right here in Southern Colorado as well, in Colorado Springs. How easy is it for people to maybe get in contact with you, or they might notice that they are struggling with PTSD, or maybe even a loved one? Especially, we're in July right now. We've got wildfires everywhere. We've got 4th of July celebrations, America's 250. I'm sure some people who might not even realize it are noticing some symptoms in their loved ones, and they need to find help.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest thing with PTSD or trauma is a loss of sense of control. And so it really needs to be their decision to walk through that door. But as loved ones, we can approach this with compassion and curiosity. And as a fellow traveler, how can I come alongside you and support you? And so that's really important if we notice these symptoms in someone we care about.
How easy is it for people to get in contact with Guidelight Health, maybe see what you guys have to offer, be a part of that Restore program, all of that good stuff?
You know, we try to make it as easy as possible and remove any barriers. So if they go to guidelighthealth.com, there's 2 ways to refer. You can refer a loved one or a client if you're a clinician, or you can refer yourself. We will typically reach out within 2 to 4 hours.
Wow.
And then we schedule the intake, the initial assessment, within 24 to 48 hours of contact. And then if they don't care to use the internet, they can call 888-681-2730.
Wonderful. Well, Christy, thank you so much for being here, sharing a little bit more of this important information, especially come July time when a lot of things start to come up and trauma becomes visible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Learn more at guidelighthealth.com or call 888-681-2730. Again, thank you so much, Christy.
Thank you.